Just spilled water on my shirt. That's great. Okay, it's been so long since we've done a full makeup routine together. So long, too long. So we're gonna do it now. Starting with skincare. This is the Chantecaille Biolifting Serum. Thank me later. This stuff is literally youth in a bottle. It just lifts the whole thing. Makes my skin feel so happy. This needs a little moisturizer after the serum. This is the 24 karat gold firming moisturizer, also for Chantecaille. Love anything firming. Firm away. I saw this hilarious video on TikTok about how influencers put on their face cream, and it's like, like rub all the product away and then gently press. So do the real thing. But do press. Press, don't drag. Give that skin as much of a helpful head start as you can. Eye cream, an absolute must. This is the Tata Harper Super Kind eye cream, just to create a little extra moisture on that delicate eye area. And it also is really nice to have as a base layer when I end up having to sweep away any fallout from eyeshadow. Get it all in. So now we've created this luscious, juicy, dewy skin, and we're gonna take it all down with this Vanish Airbrush Primer. This is from Hourglass, and this just creates that poreless finish, like a great little canvas for your skin, makeup, and all that good stuff. Honestly, I know it seems silly to add dewiness and then add matte, but I do think that it's a process that we have to trust. And I find that like the finished effect has like a luminescence and a glow from the inside without being shiny. So it's worth it. Okay, so for skin, I'm gonna do a combination of a couple different products. I will start with Wander Beauty Nude Illusion. I am the color light medium, and I kind of just do my fun little face paint situation, little self-love. Not essential. And then to build in a little warmth, this is the Charlotte Tilbury. I can't even tell you what it's called because I've worn off the label. This is the color 5, which is definitely not my color. I think I would need maybe a 4, maybe a 4.5. But when I went to Sephora to buy this, this was all they had. So I decided to take a risk on it. And honestly, I really like it, even though I like the formula of it so much, even though the color may not be my perfect selection. Just a damp beauty blender sponge of some kind and mush it all in. Oh, look at, but here you can see it just I mean, it's no wonder that Charlotte Tilbury formula is so beloved. It really has this spectacularly photoshopped look to it, and I am such a fan of the Wander Beauty formulation too. It really, I think has like, it just creates a really nice even coverage without being heavy. Like you can see my skin tone doesn't look covered up. I just have a really even finish on it now. And I like that. I want to see my skin. And I do like how highlighting that Wander formula is too. Under my eyes especially, and then I just sort of sweep what's left on the sponge over my eyelids as kind of a primer for the eyeshadow. Okay. I will address with my hair later. What look do we want to do? I'm feeling like it's a Tarte palette kind of day. I'm going into this color Sand, which is pretty much my everyday, like all over wash, just to create a nice bright palette for whatever I do next. I saw a really pretty routine for that sort of like Jane Birkin, really 60s mod look, but fresh, like barely there makeup, that was all about, so they basically create like a nice fresh base like this, and then they do with a bronzer, they do like a whole rainbow look here that doesn't really get blended out too much. My only problem with the way I think that look would be on me is that they then do like a very tight line, not a lot of build out, not a lot of like winged up look, and I need a winged liner. I need it. But I am considering, in fact, not just considering, I will play with the line, the sort of rainbow thing they did. Okay, if I can find my freaking bronzer. Okay, this is Laguna Beach, NARS matte bronzer, and they did it with kind of a like more precise brush, something packed and condensed like this one, and they really left this kind of like precise arch. I don't know if I'm gonna like, you know what? Sometimes you see things and you're like, oh, that looks so good on them. And then you start to do it on yourself and it's just, you gotta take liberties. You gotta make it your own, you know? Well, whatever. I'm getting the position in here. And I used to really not play very much with defining the eye socket, but I have to say, putting shadow, creating shadow, creates highlight. So by virtue of having this darkening here, it makes the brightness on the top of the lid that much brighter, which opens the eye up and it gives you that wonderful, fresh, bright-eyed, doughy-eyed look, which we love. And then I'm just going back with that same fluffy brush I'd originally put that creamy wash over the lid with and just gonna blend this out because like I said, I was inspired, but I gotta make it look right on my face. And I just love like multi-purpose products, like, or at least finding multiple ways to use the same product. So I'm gonna put this bronzer on my cheeks later, and it will obviously create a lovely matched and married tone between my cheeks and my eyes, which we like. Is that good? That looks nice and blended. Okay, eyeliner. So you guys know my favorite way to do eyeliner was, and I tried it to you before, and it honestly, like for everyday looks, it kind of still is, which is you find like the widest part on your eye, which for me is here, the biggest distance is here. And starting from there, you kind of draw a line straight out. And what that does is because you've gone to the highest part of your eye, creating a line out from there automatically lifts the whole eye up, which is amazing. And I would venture basically fail-proof. And it's a great place to start if you're learning how to do like a winged eyeliner look. So again, start here and draw the line straight out and then just sort of fill it in along the edge. One of the tricks that I started to play with on set at the Good Dish was instead to create a really like defined upward eyeliner, because if I continue my eye shape all the way out, sometimes where it finishes has a tendency to have the line like start to pull my eye down a little bit. And this is a way to really guarantee that like gorgeous cat eye. So with a liquid liner, this is the Diorshow Onstage liner. I basically close, I used to do it when my eyes open, but I found like the angle was wrong. So with my eyes closed, I sort of draw this upward line so that you can guarantee that when you close your eyes, when you close your eyes, you have that like upward look to the liner. And then from there, I start to build out the liner itself. And you can go as tight to the lash line or like build up as much as you want. I sort of give myself a base of liner that I then build from once I put my lashes on, because once you put the lashes on, it can change the shape of the line a little bit. Oh, okay, I'm gonna stop talking while I do this because it's a precise art. Okay. Okay. Look at that. I know, you can't wait to try it. Now the hardest part, you gotta make the other side match. Good luck. Okay, close eyes. And then just sort of connect it down to the lash line. And you know, unless you're very lucky, your eyes are probably slightly different shapes. And therefore not perfectly symmetrical, which just means that you are going to pay attention and make the eyeliner on each side match correctly the shape of your eye while also being almost the same. So they are synchronous across the face. And let's see, how are we looking here? Are you happy? Do they look almost synchronous here? Yeah, I think for the most part. I think we're good. Okay, we can always, we'll tinker from here. I like to set it with a dark brown shadow. This is from MAC Give a Glam. And just like a nice fine angled brush. Any will work. And just use that to, first of all, warm up the line a little bit. Blend any parts that maybe like the skin on your lid moved and so it looks a little irregular or like there was a gap. That all errors can be corrected, which is lovely. Oh, see, like right here, see there's that weird like kind of break in the line. Nothing powder can't fix. And I kind of like to use it to blur the edge of the line too, because even though I use powder formula liner a lot more now, I still kind of like that diffused look that you get when you have like a smudgy pencil. So I use the powder to get me that a little bit by just being kind of fluffy here at the edge of the line. Fluff, fluff, fluff. I messed up this liner, so all you're gonna do is take a tiny bit of your eye cream with, or you know, makeup remover if you have that, with your Q-tip, and gently, so as not to damage your eye skin, just give it a little cleanup, which you may want to do anyway because it creates such a beautiful fine-tipped point. Okay, what else should we do first? Let's do mascara and then we can let that dry while we finish up the face. So this is the YSL Formula Lash Clash. Very black, very rich and bold formula. I love how like thick and voluminous and lush this makes my lashes. So I go one coat on this side, then without going back to the tube, other coat on this side, because that slight drying of the formula gives such a better curl and lift to the lashes. So resist the temptation to keep dipping back into the tube in between lashes and sides, unless you absolutely need to, if you feel like you've used up all the formula that was on the wand. Okay, second coat. Okay, and then take what's left on the wand and just use it to give a little color to these bottom lashes. And if you get anything that's too clumpy, you might like that look. But if you don't, you can just sort of run your Q-tip over it and it'll pick up any pieces and help separate those lashes again. Plus you can get anything that's underneath the eye accidentally. Okay, great. Now we're gonna let the lashes dry while we do the rest of the face, and then we'll come back and do the fakies, the falsies. Okay, so to build a little dimension on the face, first thing I'm gonna do is add some translucent powder. This is Veil Translucent Setting Powder from Hourglass. Just grab a nice fluffy little rabbit tail brush and I really focus the mattifying effect underneath my eyes because that is where I find when the light catches and you're shiny, you look the most tired. So chin and T-zone, obviously the usual, but under the eyes I think is really important too. And you want enough powder to keep the shine down, but not so much that it starts to look powdery and old and crepey. Okay, back to our bronzing powder. And I use a blush brush for my bronzer because I don't feel like having a million different brushes, and you can create a lovely sculpting effect using a brush like this. So I just sort of run it into the temple here and mainly focus the depositing of the color in that sort of hollow part of my cheek to create lots of cheekbone. Then, once that's nice and worked in, see it automatically creates just like a whole different highlight of your face. I dip a little bit more in and I do the same thing right along the hairline, and this is great to help you create no space between where your makeup begins and where your hair begins. Part of the power of illusion is you can't have any cracks. It's all gotta blend together. Okay. And just a little under the jawline. Again, creating that shadow to then accentuate the highlights. Now for a little cheek glow. Oh, you know what? I don't always contour my nose, but I feel like doing it today. You can either take the same eyeshadow, I'm a multi-purpose person, take the same eyeshadow brush and just kind of gently place a line on the outside of the bridge here. And you want to continue it up into the eyebrow. And then just kind of create a lovely little shadow here at the tip, which lifts that part and gives it lots of nice definition. And then a little bit here, right over the ball of the nose too. Or, you can actually, don't worry, I'm gonna blend it. Take the same blush brush we just used for highlight, and then I just kind of pinch it into this flat shape and use that to place the line. Two options for you. And then you just need to go back and kind of blur it all together so that it's not obviously drawn on. And if you want, you can actually take your same blender sponge that you originally put the foundation on, and you just kind of work your way over the newly applied contour, and that helps to blur it all in. Okay, to put a little bit of highlight back on, I will take, if I can find it, this is the NARS Medium Custard Soft Matte Complete Concealer. I love this under my eyes to really just blow out any under eye bags or darkness of any kind. And then I also run a little up and down the bridge and just like a tiny touch here at the ball to really give it that gorgeous, like refined highlight experience. Are we good? Are we good on this? I think so. Create a little cheek glow. I like this Chantecaille Liquid Lumiere in the color, it's an anti-aging cheek illuminator in the color Luster. Now watch what happens. To add a little bit of that glow and also to kind of blend your blush into your under eye color without being like too harsh. I know over blushing is a thing right now. Everyone's obsessed with it. I haven't decided if I love it or not. I can't tell if it makes me look burned and if that's a good thing. But I do like a glowy flush. And then just to accentuate that pop a little bit, this was a product my mom turned me on to. This is the YSL Couture Matte Stain. Doesn't say a color, which is problematic. And actually you can use it on your lips too. Watch this. And it smells like raspberry and roses. And see, there you go. You got a big ol' seriously blushed out look. It does make you look alive. It does make you look very like caught on a spring day. But I just haven't decided yet. We're gonna play. Okay, there's that. Let's do the lashes quickly. Lashes. Duo eyelash glue. I put just a tiny dollop on my hand. Then get your tweezers and get your falsies. I am using the Ardell Demi Wisps in 318 black. These are my faves. And then I do need a mirror to do this one. So you kind of just drag it through the glue and you can let it dry like 10 seconds. Which just helps it stay better once you place it onto your roots of your lashes. And I connect everything right onto that roots of the lashes location, except for the very end of the lash, which I kind of leave like off just a little bit to help really arch up that lift. Other side. Ooh. Just sort of press it into those lash areas that where the band doesn't always naturally want to stick. Okay, we'll let that dry and we're gonna just run over that line one more time with the black liquid liner just so that everything is seamless and connected. We will finish brows really fast. So for this, I'm gonna start with, this is the Chantecaille Full Brow Perfecting Gel, but you can use, I love the Boy Brow from Glossier. I like, there's a Tom Ford one I use a lot that I like that has a bit more color to it. And this, I'm just gonna sort of press or brush all the brow strands up, and then once they're all up and combed, then I kind of follow the shape of the brow just so that it's combed but not crazy. And then I kind of just push it down like that. I don't know, I just like that look. This is the Jones Road Light Brunette pencil for brows, and I sometimes will use this just by itself, but if I have done the gel like I just did, I kind of just use this pencil to fill in if there's any places where it looks like thin maybe. And the nice thing about this formula, this Jones Road formula, is it has fibers in it, so it really like it thickens while it colors, which is a really nice all-in-one. Okay. You can take your same sponge and just define that outer edge. What's that? Okay, little lip liner, why not? This is Beige Natural from Sisley, and I kind of color in this outer edge. And then color over the Cupid's bow. To create a lovely full pout. And I put the blush stain on so I could show you how pretty that is, and I kind of just like how it looks here, but the color I've been using the most right now is this Bite lipstick, Power Move Soft Matte Lipstick. This is the color Pluot, which is almost exactly the tone that I have on right now, bizarrely. I also love Chai. That was my original purchase, the color Chai. And I just got the color Sugar Buns. Mwah, chef's kiss. I love it. Okay, that will be my lipstick line, chef's kiss. Okay, so I think, my friends, that we've done it. I think we're in good shape. I'm gonna do the liner really fast and just make sure. See, there's like that tiny band. You can see where the lash applied. Oh my gosh, could I possibly have a dirtier mirror? Can I? Oh man, this is, hold on one second while I swipe this mirror so I can actually see myself in it. Hello, hello, get closer. Okay, now using my black liner, I will just marry that band onto the lash line. Make sure it's all connected and lovely. And then sometimes you want to draw the line a little bit higher just based on where the lash ended up applying. I do see that I have a little bit of fallout, so just a clean Q-tip is your best friend to make all that. You know, any line that's too thick, you can take it down. Any place that's blurred, you can refine it. It's your number one move. And I think, my friends, I might add a tiny bit more mattifying powder just over this part of my face. And I think with that, we are done. I'm gonna go figure out what's happening with this. I'm gonna go tame the beast, but I hope you give it a try and enjoy a lovely lifted liner and a Pluot pout. And happy Friday.